this English team right now in this game is going to be a very difficult one. Even though head-to-head, they are far ahead of Croatia.
To me, individual brilliance is there in football, no argument. But I think England is overhyped.
England will be hosting Croatia. We have some notable players in England, players like Jude Bellingham, Reece James, Pickford, and so on. Then in the side of the Croatia, we have Mateo Kovacic, we have Perisic, we have Gavido, we have Stanisic that plays for Bayern Munich. I still have in the studio with me Albert and Chima. You guys are welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Albert, I'm starting with you. England will be hosting Croatia in their opening game in this World Cup. What do you think will pan out in that game?
Yes, exactly. These are two European football heavyweights, right? And I think this is going to be the 7th entry for Croatia, the Zakozlajic side, and this is going to be the 17th entry of the World Cup for the Thomas Tuchel led side. And you see, England were champions of the world in 1966. I was not born.
But it was a controversial...
yes, let's leave the controversial aspect of it. In 1966, you understand, they hosted and won the World Cup, and one of the best ever finishes since that time. I think it was 1990, in which they came fourth, and I think 1994, 1994, I guess. 1990 and 2018. 2018, yes, Southgate, yes, under Gareth Southgate. They came fourth in 2018. Why the Croatian side runners up in 2018 against when France won them 4-2, and they've come about third on 2 occasions after that. But if you see, apart from the World Cup that England has won in 1966, if looking about the modern era, I think Croatia have done far better than them. Yeah. Even given the fact that England has the best league in the world in a calendar year, in a complete season, the kind of player that emerges from England, those that even tend to, you understand, switch allegiance to become England players. But at the end of the day, after 1966, the best ever squad I have seen, I don't know about anybody else, it was a squad under Gareth Southgate in 2018, in which they came, you understand, fourth in that occasion. But the game against Croatia is going to be a heavyweight. Croatia have notable players. Inspirational Luka Modrić is there. Yes, Ivan Perisic is there. Guardiola of Man City is there. And Zlatko, their coach too, is a very technically gifted coach, even when he was playing, and that is what he's actually employing now in the national team side. So I think experience is going to be what is going to speak. The dugout is going to speak well on the pitch of play. I don't see Croatia as a team that can be overrun by an England side, because English play their English kind of football. And apart from that 2018, I've not seen England played that kind of football, you understand, that I expect of England, given that they are the best league in the world, you understand. I expect that England supposed to have won the World Cup after 1966. Okay, let me just say from 1990 or 1992, you understand, till now.
They were supposed to have won.
Yeah, you won the World Cup. So we're not looking about the crop of player now. We're looking at how the team can be synergized and work as a team. Don't forget, in 1994, I was a child then, but in 2002, I watched the Brazilian won the World Cup. Ronaldo was even seen as someone that was not going to even play in the World Cup. But he came up and scored about 5 or 6 goals in that occasion. They were playing 10%. You get it? Ronaldo was doing his, Rivaldo was doing his, Emerson, everybody was just playing 10%. There was no superstar in the team that was actually shouldering the responsibility of the entire team. Everybody was just playing on their own percentage. Cafu was here and all of that. So the English side, you understand, just like the Croatian side, I don't see them as a superb team beyond much better than the Croatian side, because they are applying their trade abroad just the way the Croatian side are applying their trade abroad. They are in Europe. The only thing they have different is just one league better than one. But in terms of experience, I don't think Bellingham may be in Real Madrid side, but don't forget, in the past 6 months, Bellingham has not been the Bellingham we saw in last season. Are you getting it? So he may not actually be the actor to watch on the pitch of play against Croatia, but I don't expect anything less. I expect to see a blockbuster football, and the best team will win at the end of the day.
Chima, do you see the English side a superior team to the Croatian side?
In terms of individual players, they have better and world-class players, more than the Croatian players. But when we talk about team players, when we talk about a squad, a team that is well organized, I think the Croatian team is far better organized than the English team. I am not seeing Thomas Tuchel as a great coach like that or somebody who has a good style of play. I just see him as a coach that just come together, assemble kind of players, just go to the field of play, just win anyhow. Since he took over England, I cannot really tell the beautiful football they have played. If you check now, this English team right now in this game is going to be a very difficult one. Even though head-to-head, they are far ahead of Croatia. They have won about 6 games, and then I think out of 11 games, they have won about 6, while Croatia have won about 3 games. Then they drew the remaining ones. So, but then when we talk about team play, Croatia, their players, they have been together for quite some time. They hardly change players among those players. They hardly inject, there's that understanding, there's that experience, there's that synergy between them. Unlike the English national team, where they swap in players, bring in players, you remove player, add player today, because of maybe if Arsenal plays well today, you bring in the 2 players from them, then not necessarily Modrić. then if Chelsea play well tomorrow, they bring in 1 player, join them. By next week, if he does not play well, they bring another player. So there have not been time for them to gel together. Yeah. So, but I think the best player out of this English national team player is only Harry Kane. Harry Kane is the man that I believe that can do something out of nothing. Out of the other players, they have good players. They have Jude Bellingham. They have Reece. They have Rice. They maybe Stew. They might not have Stew there, but they might not have Stew, and that is the problem. Because when you have Rice, you don't have Stew. How will you eat and enjoy the food? Because in Arsenal, there's Rice, they have Stew there that can combine together and give them good power. But now when you come to the national team, some of these things are missing. So that is why when they play, they struggle to perform together as a team. In a game, they always have the odd ahead of other team. Their odd is very, very small because they believe that they are going to win their match. But when it comes to play, even there was a time Thomas Tuchel have to criticize the team as if they do not want to play. And it's going to have selection headache. It's going to have what they call selection headache, because already we are hearing that Maguire might not start. He might be starting Konsa and start John Stone. John Stone, how many matches did he play for Man City last season? I get it now. And you did not come with Arnold in Real Madrid, even though Arnold's performance this season was not completely okay. But then Arnold deserves to be in the squad. Reece James is a player with injury most of the time. He might play 1 match now and he will go back to hospital. So all of those things are what you need to consider. And that defensive aspect now, playing against a team like Croatia, this Croatian team, they are very physical. Very tactical too. Very tactical and physical. These guys are players that when they come to play, they play with so much energy. They play with so much speed, so much power. So I see something different in this game. All the friendly matches England have been playing, I'm not sure if they play the team that has the same energy with the Croatian national team. So I feel this is going to be a very big test for them. So if you check about the possible players that might start the game for England, you might see Konsa, John Stone, at that defense line. Then you see Reece James starting from right full back. Of course, Pickford is one goalkeeper that I don't know why he's still in Everton. For me, that guy is a wonderful goalkeeper, and I believe one of these top clubs, maybe Man U, Chelsea, or Arsenal, should have signed. Does Chelsea have a better goalkeeper than Pickford? They don't. So what are you saying? Don't mention Chelsea as if you have a better goalkeeper. I'm not saying. I'm not talking about football. So why? No, I'm just saying. So because that guy, honestly, you will not even know he's playing for a lower team like Everton. He's a wonderful goalkeeper. He have saved England on several occasions. When you come to the midfield now, you have a player like Rice. Of course, Reece is going to start the game. At least he deserves to be there because of his excellent performance for Arsenal this season. Then you talk about Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest too. Deserve to be there. Then you don't know. Maybe Jude Bellingham will come in.
Come in because he just came from injury.
Then Saka from that side. Saka is a very good player, but to me, I'm sorry to say that I don't know the level. I'm not seeing Saka as that world class winger. For me, I'm not seeing Saka to be like the player like maybe Ulisse, or Fran that play for Bayern Munich, or maybe players like Dembele or so. Because I feel Saka should have improved better than this. I feel like Saka should have, in terms of his numbers, in terms of goal scoring, in terms of creativity, he has been doing well for Arsenal. But I believe he can do far better than what he's doing, because at his level now, I believe he should be doing more. Saka should be a player that when you see him in a game, one-on-one, he can make a very big difference all the time. But most times you can see him in a game, he might might just struggle. At the end of the day, maybe have chance or 1 or 2 chances in the game, but he's a good player, no doubt. But then in that striking position, honestly speaking, Harry Kane, no doubt, no competition. Rashford, I don't know if Rashford will be starting. He's having issue with Barcelona now. Rashford and Gordon, they refuse to sign Rashford, but Barcelona is going to pay about how many over 80 million pounds for Gordon, and Gordon is in the team as well too. So I don't know how it's going to affect the selection from Thomas Tuchel. Is he going to be going with the new Barcelona boy, or will he be going with the old Barcelona player? I don't know how he's going to do that, but I feel like England, they have the players to win this World Cup, to beat anything. But when they play together, most times they struggle, and I'm giving the nod to Croatian national team.
Albert, in the Croatian side, who do you think will make the difference?
All of them. As Luka Modrić is facing out in terms of strength, his creativity, his ability to harness the team and mold them into a cohesive whole has not left him. Are you getting it? Don't forget,
he's going to come in there with a whole lot of experience.
And don't forget, at the midfield of the AC Milan side, he's always there, he's always present. And most of the goals they have actually scored actually came from his foot before the assist finally came in. Now, one thing that is noteworthy of is the coach, Dalic, right? Is the same coach that took them to win the second place position, runner-up in 2018 Mundial. When if not for France, the power, you understand, the firepower of France, the Giroud and the Mbappe of that era, and Griezmann and all of them, they were in top shape. Perhaps it would have gone the other way, but there's no probability in football. It has happened. It has happened. But the thing is this: England, to me, individual brilliance is there in football, no argument. But I think England is overhyped. If they want to go by flocks of players every year in England, by virtue of switching allegiance, the best league in the world, and even players that are predominantly from England descent, England would have won the World Cup. I think since 1994 till now, they would have won the World Cup. So it has nothing to do now with individual brilliance. It has to do with how the team are harnessed, how the team is actually, you understand. Don't forget, the Croatian side was the FIFA Technical Study Group in 2018 did not even see Croatia, even the first top 10 countries that can possibly get to the final. You understand, but you see, time is a very, very important thing in life. Time and perseverance. Because if you want to heal any wounds, or you want to plan in life, whatever thing you want to achieve in life has to do with time. And every stages in life has to do with strategy. You understand? And how you can overcome them. I think that is the process of Croatia over the recent years. You understand? In terms of football. So going to that game against England will do theirs, and I think Croatia will do theirs. You see, they have instinctive players that are not really heralded like that of England. People like Ivan Perisic. These players are players that always make the difference.
But everybody knows that Ivan Perisic is a very dangerous player.
I know. His name may not be heralded. Okay, like somebody like Jude Bellingham, he's playing for Real Madrid, but has not been on top shape. But if you bring the both of them now, people want to recognize Bellingham. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that game, even to me, that game is actually going to be won from the dugout. The result of that game is actually going to be, on one side, Thomas Tuchel, I know he's going to have selection issues on one side, from the defense line to the midfield to the attack. He's going to have issues. I know you want to play Bellingham because of his kind of personality and influence in the team. But if you want to go by form, I don't think some coaches will want to start someone like Jude Bellingham, because someone like Yamal was actually on the bench in the De La Fuente's side. Yeah. But on this game, Croatia versus England, don't forget, there are two English teams. And in recent years, Croatia has actually proven that, we are not right off. And they have been proving the midfield over time. So I think the coach from the dugout are actually going to be the people that will actually cause the difference. How? The personnel on the pitch of play, the formation, the tactical, then at the end of the day, and the understanding of the game, then individual brilliance can only actually do a little more than what a collective effort can actually do.
Chima, lastly, do you think that Madueke will make the starting lineup?
How will Madueke make starting lineup? Are you trying to mock us now?
No, it's a question.
Why will Madueke make starting lineup? He's a good player, no doubt, but he will come from bench, because we have players like Saka who are ahead of him. So, and then we have other good players. You know, like if you check the English bench, like he said, you know, we have some some certain players. We have Anthony Gordon. If Rashford is going to start, if Rashford start, that means Gordon will be on the bench. So Gordon,
if Gordon starts, Rashford will be on the bench.
Madueke, but Gordon plays from the
left
side. While Madueke plays from the right side. Then we have Rogers from Aston Villa, wonderful player as well too, who is an attacking option too, depending on how the game is going. Then we have Kobe Mino from midfield. We have Oli Watkins again, who can also play from the flank and play as a striker as well too, as the case may be. So Madueke case, we have Ivan Toney on the bench too. So Ivan Toney too is on the bench. So Madueke's option to play, maybe if the game needs a winger, that can come and commit foul or there. So Madueke too is not a bad player, but him starting in this game is a very, very rare one. But checking the Croatian team, I think they also have good squad. Possible lineup too. They have the Dominic goalkeeper Livakovic plays for Dynamo Zagreb. Then defenders, we have Stanisic that plays for Bayern Munich. Then we have Josip Sutalo, centre back that plays for AS Ajax. We have Vuskovic that plays for Tottenham Hotspur. Then we have he's on loan at Hamburger. Then we have Badio that plays for Manchester City as well too. So definitely the back line is secured. And like you mentioned, the coach have been there for a while now. No changing of coaches. He knows players, everybody very well. The same mentality, from last 4 years till now. Luka Modrić in the last friendly game, I've forgotten the team before now. He scored a beautiful goal outside the 18-yard box. So that man, as old as he is, that is what they call the Rock of Ages. So when you hear Rock of Ages, I think Modric's name should be among them. Then you see in that meeting we have Martin Baturina as well to play for Como. Of course, Como qualified for European competition for the very first time in their history. So and it's part of them. So we have Ivan Perisic. This man refused to grow old. Very, very fantastic player from left wing. Play from any position except goalkeeping aspect. Then up front we have Peter Musa is a striker for FC Dallas. So I feel this team, they have a very good team to upset England. And you know what? England most time, like he said, overhyped, honestly speaking. Most of the time, I see them, they have individual players, but coming together to play, I think they have not really done more. And then employing a coach like Thomas Tuchel, for me, I'm not sure if he's tactically sound enough to handle that team.
We should remember too that Luka Modrić is good at dead ball situations too. You understand?
Yeah, even Perisic too. We have good players that's good. And all these the Croatian players, most of them play in the Premiership too, so they know each other very well. So I believe they will play more as a team better than the English national team.
How about your prediction?
Before my prediction, why is it that the both of you are using certificate suavity on our own?
Who is your own?
Our own brother. That's which allegiance.
Which your brother is that? Which of your brother?
Madueke.
No. I was only asking you.
I know you don't like Arsenal. I know you don't like that is why next time. I don't know. Maybe because of the producer. Since the producer said, what is it called? Gyökeres is going to score 40 goals. Since that day, you refuse to like Arsenal. At least they have won the league. We should allow them to be. I don't know why you are very, very angry. Madueke left your club to go. Why are you angry?
Madueke and Saka, don't forget they play two different kind of football.
I
Saka is technical and he's slow most times when it comes in terms of attacking consciousness. But Madueke is much more adventurous.
I don't need your education. Don't tell me your prediction, please. Don't educate me on Madueke. Just tell me about your prediction about England versus Croatia.
2-2.
2-2 draw. 2. That's about prediction. Chima, you?
1-1.
1.
Your usual.
1. You can go with 0-0.
I'm predicting 2-1 in favor of Croatia. England 1, Croatia 2. Fans back home there, thank you for having us. Subscribe, likes, and share. God bless you all as we call it a quit.